Okay, cool. Okay. Hello, my name is Raquel Kahlo. I'm the affirmative, and my proposition is that cybercrime is a serious threat to all Americans. Starting off with my first claim that personal information is on social media accounts that can be easily reached. According to Brookings' Cybercrime Dilemma, published in 2020, the article explains how cybercrime is a dilemma and it's not sure that it's guaranteed both security and privacy to prevent cybercrimes and the cybercrimes victims. And according to FBI on what they investigate, the government website talks about their top priorities online dealing with cybercrimes that are at such high rates and such high ransoms where computers and network institutions can be left with a lot of theft and online predators. Leading into my second claim, that individuals and businesses victims are affected by cybercrime at a very high risk. The FBI has a whole internet crime complaint center, which in 2019, there were internet crime reports that have been investigated to have the highest number of complaints and dollar losses reported since their center was established in May 2000, and that there were many complaints on the average, nearly 1,000 every day, and recorded more than 3.5 billion in losses. There are also very high statistics, and according to alarming cybercrime statistics published in 2019, shows that there's many things in 2019 that show how social media is a playing and growing role in cybercrime. That cybercrime industry usually generates at least 1.5 trillion in revenue, and there are many people and many cybercrime victims on the daily. Cybercrime is a serious threat to all Americans. I relinquish my time.
Hello, my name is Delaney Beardsley, and I am the negative, and I'm going to start my cross-examination. So first of all, I felt like the affirmative was going off topic as they were talking about IDs, because even that has nothing to do with cybercrime. Even people without IDs can still have access to the internet. Also, how serious are the complaints? Are they categorized? Do you know how serious they are? I relinquish my time for the cross-examination. So now I'm going to start my constructive. As a negative, I ask that you reject the proposition that cybercrime is a serious threat to all Americans. My first claim is that cybercrime is not a serious threat as it is easily avoided. The Department of Homeland Security gives you simple tips to get your computer security, avoid opening email links, closely inspect website URLs, secure your passwords, and don't give out personal information. Also, in the worst case scenario, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania gives you tips and tricks to those moments where you are hacked and you have to get out of that situation. First, they say stop the loss by contacting the departments in which you're being exploited and ask that you lock your personal accounts. Second, get it on the record. Contact your local police department and file a report. Third, monitor and secure. By frequently monitoring your currency accounts, securing mobile devices, and updating your passwords, you can stop the hacker from accessing any more of your information. My second claim is that people can only get a hold of the information that you allow to be put on the internet. From the U.S. Security and Exchange Commission, they tell you when it comes to social media, they give you a guide on what not to share with everyone. So first, keep your biographical information to a minimum. Never give information about any financial accounts, social security accounts, and never give information about any account for that matter. Secondly, Trend Micro gives tips on how to secure your social media accounts. First, you close the account that you aren't using, you update passwords and apps, you check to see what apps and phone information is connected to the app, and then use unique emails when signing up to an app. Following these precautions and guidelines significantly significantly reduces your risk of being a victim of cybercrime. Because of this, I again ask that you reject the proposition that cybercrime is a serious threat to all Americans. I relinquish my time.
I am going to start the affirmative cross-examination. And as affirmative, I ask you to reject the negative proposition that cybercrime isn't a serious threat to all Americans because, as you mentioned, there are many accounts and many identification information that is put out in the internet. So can taking identities be that easy and later misused and or abused whenever Americans are issued to IDs, whether they are legal of age or minors in America that have information through birth certificates and social security numbers as identification? I relinquish my time for the cross-examination.
Okay. Alright, so as the negative, I am starting my rebuttal. As the negative, ask my audience to reject the proposition that cybercrime is a serious threat to all Americans. I will bite the bullet and answer my question given to me by the affirmative and say that there are certain individuals that can go around the most advanced security and you can still be a victim of cybercrime. However, following my constructive will greatly reduce the chances of being a victim of cybercrime. Saying the phrase that all Americans are affected by cybercrime is an exaggeration, as everyone does not have access to a computer or a device with internet for that matter. Also, the complaints of cybercrime given by the affirmative aren't specific. This leads to the question, how many of those complaints are about social media accounts, and what information was publicly given was put on the internet by the people who gave the complaint. Also, the statistics given by the affirmative in the article, Alarming Cybercrime Statistics, cannot be trusted as the source is not credible. It is a .com source, which makes it not an official site. Therefore, it is not official evidence. Once again, I asked that the proposition that cybercrime is a serious threat to all Americans be rejected. I relinquish my time.
I, the affirmative, ask you to reject the negative proposition that cybercrime isn't a serious threat to Americans. Can you ensure that all Americans are safe from cybercrime just because of the precaution one takes to avoid it? And are people who commit cybercrimes probably looking at the websites showing how to stop cybercrime? And isn't there loopholes for anything? Are there tips and steps that are relevant to prevent cybercrimes from occurring? Because there are millions of Americans out there